Happy Wednesday, YouTube. So let me ask you a question. Do you believe cold calling is dead? Well, let me tell you something. It's not. In fact, this week I'm training two new youngsters, Leo Molina, 18, and Aaron Condra, 21 years old. And we're cold calling. For as much as I promote X Telecom's double verified transfers, we have been cold calling all week. Think of that. And it's funny, right? But look, the reason we're cold calling is because when you're selling over the phones and you only have one state, it is very challenging to keep your waiting times within 10 minutes. From the time you hang up the phone to get the next call, it definitely takes, a long time if you're only in one state. So what we do is cold call. We call callbacks. Now, callbacks are those people, right, that when we're trying to transfer them to an agent, it's unsuccessful because every single agent that we have in our network is pitching. So what we do is we let those folks know that we'll call them back within 24 hours with a quote. So we do that. That's a warm callback. But then we do cold calling. Any lead over 90 days, in my book, it deserves a cold call approach. Anything under 90 days, we have a different type of approach. But anything over 90 days, we're going to cold call them. And you know what? This morning, I dialed and talked to people. And you know how many people pick up? About 10%. About 10% of folks that pick up the phone will agree to engaging in a presentation and learning more about final expense and how much a policy costs. 10%. So it's not dead, because when you don't have the resources to buy fresh $30 inbound leads, or you don't have a lot of states to cover, then cold calling and calling these leads back is extremely powerful. But cold calling is not dead. That 10%, even though it might sound like a very, very small number, but when you have zero resources, that 10% is a huge opportunity to look for policies. Remember, over half of senior citizens, when they pass away owning less than $10,000. Over 70% of Americans, if they were faced with an emergency, over 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 to cover an emergency. So you tell me if cold calling is dead. Those 10% of people that say, yes, I want to learn more about this, thank you for calling me, I didn't know what to do or where to call, those people buy insurance. Is it a grind? Hell yes. Today I cold called with these two agents as I watched the rest of my teammates take live calls, make sales. But you know what? I was able to lock up two applications, a husband and wife, from that cold calling all day until about 2:30. So if you're thinking to yourself, cold calling is dead, think again. And if you want to learn how to do it right, give me a call. I'll show you how to make that 10% the best in your favor. So, guys, see you guys at the top. If I could bring any kind of value to you, let me know. Currently, we do free training every single day, and it's just been amazing. To Leo and Aaron Condra, I thank you very much for your patience. I know it's hard for you, to see your teammates taking live calls as you do outbound and cold calling. But you know what? Once you get enough money, you get more states, and you get more experience on the phones, then all that will be extra. In the meantime, there's nothing wrong with grinding, helping that 10% of folks find a solution for their burial insurance. So you guys have a wonderful week, and see you guys at the top. Peace.